brothers and sisters of Africa, and friends watching across the world, listen to me carefully because I will only say this once, and I want it to echo far beyond our borders. My name is Captain Ibrahim Traoré, President of Burkina Faso. Today, I speak not only as a leader of one nation but as a son of Africa, as a voice of millions who have been silenced for years now, and as a servant of the future generations who deserve a continent that is free, proud, and unshakable. For too long, Africa has been treated as a playground for foreign powers. They come here, take what they want, dictate how we live, and leave us with scars. But my people, that time is over. What I am about to share with you is not just a statement. It is a declaration that Africa will no longer bow down, a declaration that we will no longer allow ourselves to be bullied into silence, a declaration that we will defend our sovereignty with everything we have. A few days ago, a disturbing message circulated. They said it came from Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel. Whether those exact words were his or not, I do not care. The spirit of the message was loud and clear. The claim was simple, that African leaders should stay in line, remain submissive, or face consequences. Think about that for a moment. In the 21st century, in an age when Africa should be building prosperity, we are still being spoken to like colonies, like pawns on a chessboard. To Mr. Netanyahu and to anyone who shares that mindset, hear me now. Africa is not your colony. Africa is not your pawn. Africa does not answer to Tel Aviv. Africa does not answer to Washington. Africa does not answer to Paris. We answer only to our people and to God Almighty. You might ask, why respond at all? Why not ignore such words? Why not send a polite letter behind closed doors like so many leaders before me? Because silence is what they expect of us. They expect us to bow our heads, to say yes, to pretend we did not hear the insult. That has been the pattern for too long, and I refuse to continue it. Every insult to one African nation is an insult to all Africans. Every threat against one leader is a threat against all of us. If I stay quiet, I betray not only my people but the memory of our ancestors, who died fighting for freedom. So I spoke out, and I spoke not with hesitation, but with conviction. That day in Ouagadougou, our capital, I stood in front of cameras, journalists, and my people. The air was thick with expectation. The world was waiting to see if Burkina Faso would bow or if we would rise. I did not have a script. I did not need one. When you speak the truth, the words flow from the heart like a river that cannot be stopped. I looked directly into the camera and I said, we are no longer colonies. We are sovereign nations. If any foreign leader thinks they can threaten Africa into submission, they are gravely mistaken. The room went silent. You could feel the weight of the words pressing on every soul. But I was not finished. I leaned forward and made it unmistakably clear. Burkina Faso does not answer to Tel Aviv. We do not answer to Washington. We do not answer to Paris. We answer to our people, and we will defend them with everything we have. What happened next was something no one could have predicted. My words did not remain confined to the walls of that press conference. They burst out like wildfire. Within hours, the speech was everywhere on X, Telegram, WhatsApp, TikTok, and YouTube. Millions saw it, not just in Burkina Faso, not just in the Sahel, but across the entire African continent and beyond. Young people in Mali heard it and said, this is our fight too. Farmers in Niger, students in Guinea, activists in South Africa, they all felt those words as if they were their own. In Mali, my brother Colonel Assimi Goïta shared the video, declaring solidarity. In Guinea, Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya stood with us. Soon, hashtags were trending. Africa will not bow. We stand with Captain Ibrahim Traoré. It was no longer just my voice. It had become the voice of a generation, the cry of a continent. Let me explain what sovereignty means, because some think it is only a word in dusty books. Sovereignty means the right to decide who enters our lands and who does not. It means the right to use our gold, our oil, our diamonds, our land for our people, not for foreign corporations. It means the right to stand tall without fear of bombs, sanctions, or bribes. For decades, Africa has been treated like a chessboard. Powerful nations move their pieces, soldiers, companies, aid packages, and expect us to remain quiet while they play their games. But no longer. Burkina Faso is saying no to foreign military bases on our soil. We are saying no to unfair contracts that rob us of our wealth. We are saying no to being threatened into submission. And we are not alone. Across the Sahel, a new alliance is forming. Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, we stand shoulder to shoulder. We call it the Sahel Alliance. It is not just a military pact. It is a brotherhood. If you strike one of us, you strike all of us. If you try to destabilize one, you face the resistance of all. We are sharing resources. We are sharing intelligence. We are building an Africa that can defend itself. And this is only the beginning. The dream is bigger. The dream is of a continent united, where North, South, East, and West stand as one Africa, not weak and divided, but strong, proud, and sovereign. After my speech, do you know what happened in Israel? Silence. Absolute silence. No official statement. No rebuttal. That silence spoke louder than words. The Western media also tried to bury the story. They did not want the world to see an African leader standing tall. They want Africa to remain painted as weak, divided, and dependent. But every time you, my brothers and sisters, share the video, every time you raise your voice, we tear down that narrative and replace it with the truth. Let me tell you what I see happening across this continent. I see young Africans waking up. I see women and men refusing to accept the old lies. They no longer want leaders who bow to foreign masters. They want leaders who fight for dignity. They want schools that teach African history, not colonial propaganda. They want economies that benefit our people, not just outsiders. This is Africa's awakening, and it is unstoppable. Now, let me be clear. This is not just about Israel or one prime minister's words. This is about every foreign power that has ever tried to exploit Africa. Whether it was France controlling our money, or corporations looting our minerals, or foreign militaries occupying our soil, it all comes from the same mindset. The mindset that Africa is theirs to control. I say to them, your time is up. The era of domination is over. The age of African sovereignty has begun. I stand here because I remember the blood of our ancestors. They were kings, queens, warriors, builders. They fought invaders with spears and courage. They endured slavery, colonialism, and exploitation. But they never gave up hope that one day, their children would rise again. That day is today. That generation is us. When I speak, I carry their dreams. And I say to every African listening, you are not small. You are not weak. You are the child of greatness. My people, the road ahead will not be easy. Those who profit from Africa's weakness will not surrender quietly. They will use money to corrupt, lies to divide, and weapons to destroy. But if we remain united, they cannot defeat us. If we build schools, industries, and armies that serve our people, no one can stop us. If we trust in our own strength, we will rise. Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, we have already begun. But the dream is for all of Africa to join hands. Imagine a continent with one voice, one army of defense, one shared destiny. That is the road ahead. So I speak now, directly to you, my brothers and sisters watching this video. Do not just listen. Share this message with your family, your friends, your communities. Stand up and demand leaders who defend your rights, not foreign interests. Support your local farmers, your workers, your teachers. And to the young people of Africa, I am counting on you. Do not let anyone tell you that you are powerless. You are the generation that will finish what our ancestors started. Africa is waking up. Africa is rising. Africa will not bow. My name is Ibrahim Traoré, President of Burkina Faso. I do not speak for myself alone. I speak for a continent that is tired of being exploited, tired of being silenced, tired of being divided. We are sovereign. We are strong. And we are ready to fight for our future. Welcome to African Lights, your home for truth, analysis, and the African voice. If you believe in this message, do not forget to like this video, share it with your community, and subscribe so we can continue spreading the truth. This is our moment. This is Africa's time. Let us rise together.